Alright, so taking a look at this fitness bracelet, and this bracelet, I want to say it's kind of a love-hate relationship of sorts. And what I mean by that is I really do like the band. It's very, very soft, very comfortable. A little bit concerned, although I've not had any problems in over a week of use with this coming loose. I feel like being softer, the possibility of this popping out if it got snagged would be higher. Although I have, like I said, had no problems with usage for over a week of wearing this and snagging it here and there. No problems whatsoever. So I can't say that's going to be a major problem, but most of the other bands are a harder type rubber. This one's a little softer. So I actually find this one to be more comfortable, but that may be a con if you're super active and constantly snagging things, because you might be able to snag this thing. The display on this is a little larger than some of the others. I like that aspect a lot, and we'll get into looking at that here in just a moment. The charging situation, you have a proprietary charger, so if you were to lose or misplace this, you wouldn't be able to charge this. So that could be kind of a con as well, because you don't have the standard just plug it into a USB port. You have to have this, and it just makes contact. So it's actually very easy, and it works quite well. Charging time on this is not very long. For me, it's somewhere between an hour and a half and 2 hours that it takes to charge it. I guess it depends on what you have it plugged into also, depending on the speed of the charging port you plug it into. That may somewhat factor in. Usage, I think the most I've gotten out of this was 4 days between charges. Probably 2.5 to 3 days is what most people would probably expect to get, I imagine. There is features to control like webcam, not webcam, but like your camera on your phone. I don't care about that feature, but it has a feature for that. It also does beats per minute, and it looks like the O2 saturation through the sensor. So that's kind of a unique offering compared to some fitness trackers. Of course, you have sedentary reminder. My issue with that is it seems to be based solely on time, not on actual movement. Like, it doesn't seem to detect that actual movement. And what I mean by that is I have actually gotten the alert for the sedentary reminder to move around and be active while I was actually walking. So either I was walking in slow enough a manner that the sensor didn't realize that I was walking, so it didn't pick that up, or it's just based solely on the time. So like every hour or whatever, I think I said for an hour, it will alert me to move around more. So there's that. So let me turn the light off because I need to be able to show you the display, and it's a little easier to see when it's darker. So you can kind of just see the different aspects. So it's very easy and very easy to see and very easy to switch between. The app itself, I haven't opened it, so I'm going to open it now. So you can see when you first open this up, you got your band here, and if we pull down on it, that's what refreshes, and then you see it synchronizes. So it takes a couple of seconds, somewhere between 5 and 10 seconds at the most. You saw there it was a little less than 5 seconds, so it kind of varies, but you can see it's kind of morning, so there's not a whole lot going on here. Sleep, I don't know. Every time, synchronization every time. So the app overall is pretty good, and the app is really a make it or break it for a lot of these fitness trackers. So you got your sleep, you can see weekly, monthly, exercise, weekly, monthly. You can kind of just see the different charts. So it's pretty cool overall, simple and easy to read. You can see here deep sleep, light sleep, the amount of sleep you got. Health, it'll show you the heart rate and the oxygen or the O2 saturation in your blood, and you can also kind of review that down here. So that's overall pretty cool. And then under settings, of course, you can click on this. I like this because you can actually see the battery remaining. I just got done charging this before I started because I wanted to make sure that it didn't have any issues. And you can set all your different settings here, to your personal preference, activity goals, notifications. Overall, I am happy with this unit for the most part, but one thing, like here's notifications, so you can see some different aspects of the notifications. Water, so that you stay hydrated. It has a water clock. so it tells you to drink something every so often. So a lot of cool features, but my biggest issue, and apparently it's not going to do it right now, but my phone, even when it's on vibrate or silent, like do not disturb or whatever, the app and the band do not respect that whatsoever. And what you will get is it will disconnect, even when it's close, sometimes, randomly. Sometimes it does fine for long periods, but every so often it will disconnect. And when it does that, what essentially happens is sort of a boat horn or a train horn type sound, and it's fairly loud. And I can't find anywhere in the app to disable that. And so I'm in the middle of church, you know, you got your phone on do not disturb, and all of a sudden, you get this, you know, horn type sound, totally unexpected and unwanted. And actually, let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can move this and see if the phone makes a noise. And of course it doesn't seem to be working. Okay, well that's a little disappointing. I really had hoped for you to hear that sound that is made when it disconnects. I know when I went out to eat and I left my phone on the table and I walked away from the table, the people at the table when I came back was like, your phone is making some noises. So it does that, but for some reason right now, obviously when I want it to do that, it's not happening. So anyway, overall, it is a pretty nice bracelet. It does work quite well in a lot of aspects. And let me flip this light back on. So you can see, hopefully, some of the different icons and what they relate to. My primary usage, or what I like the best, is really the sleep monitoring aspect. But your mileage may vary as far as what you prefer, what you like. But if you want to find out more, you can check out the link below. Really disappointed it didn't make that sound. It does that at the worst opportune times. Anyway, check out the link below for more information if you want to read more about the device and other people's reviews so you can find out more. Okay? Thanks.